जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी जसोदानंदन ब्रज जन रंजन यमुना तेरा बनचारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी
जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी
जय गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी
जय गोपी जन वल्लभा जय गिरिवरधारी यशोदानंदन ब्रज जन रंजन यमुना तीरा वनचारी
कुंज बिहारी
जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी
हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे
हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे
हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे
हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे
जय विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य श्रीमद् Rishabh
Guruji, Hare Krishna, sound is not all right today.
My sound is not proper.
Yes, sir. Yes, Guruji.
Vinay Gupta, my sound is not proper. The full sound. See this always gets turned off. They say connection probably not proper there. Oh yeah. Are you able to hear me now?
Now it's clear.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय।
जय।
श्री लक्ष्मी नृसिंहदेव भगवान की जय। श्रीला कृष्ण की जय।
जय।
श्री राधा रमन जी की जय।
जय।
तुलसी महारानी की जय।
जय।
गंगा मई की जय।
जय।
यमुना मई की जय।
जय।
समवेत भक्त वृंद की जय।
जय।
समवेत भक्त वृंद की जय।
जय।
समवेत भक्त वृंद की जय। Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 5, Narada's instruction on Srimad Bhagavatam. text 26. Om Namah Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo
Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om
Om
Namo
Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Tatra noham Krishna katha pragayatam.
Tatra navaham Krishna katha pragayata.
Anugrahena srunvavam manohara.
Manu grahena shrivam manohara.
Taha sraddhaya menu padam vishrunata.
Taha shraddhaya me anupadam Vishnavataha. Vishnu.
Priya sravasi anga mama bhavadruchihi.
प्रियश्रवशया अंग मम भवद्रुचि
Tranoham Krishna katha pragayatam.
तत्रान्वहं कृष्ण कथा प्रगायता
Anugrahena srunvavam manohara.
अनुग्रहणासिन्वं मनोहरा
Ta sraddhaya menu padam vishrunvata.
तासदया मेनुपदं विश्वतः
Priya sravasyanga mama bhavadruchi.
प्रिय श्रवस्यंग मम भवद्रुचि
Tatra.
तत्र
Please recite. Please recite. One by one.
तत्रानहं कृष्ण कथा प्रगायता
Tatranoham Krishna katha pragayatam.
मनु गृह्णासिन्वं मनोहरा
Anugrahena srunavam manohara.
ताः सर्दया मे अनुपदं विष्णुवतः
Sraddhaya menu padam vishrunvata.
प्रिय सर्वस्यंग मम भवद्रुचिः
Priya sravasyanga mama bhavadruchi.
तत्रानवहं कृष्ण कथा प्रगायता
तत्रान्वहं कथा प्रगायता
मनुग्रहेणा श्रवणं मनोहरा
अनुग्रहणासिन्वं मनोहरा
श्रद्धया मे अनुपदं विशृण्वतः
तासत्या मे अनुपदं विष्णुः
प्रिय श्रवस्यङ्गममा भवद्रुचिः
प्रिय सर्वस्यंग मम भवद्रुचिः
तत्रा नवहं कृष्ण कथां प्रगतम्
तत्रान्वहं कृष्ण कथा प्रगायता
अनुग्रहेण श्रवणं मनोहरः
अनुग्रहणासिन्वं मनोहरा
सा श्रद्धाय मे अनुपदं विश्वोन्नतः
तासदया मे अनुपदं विष्णुवतः
प्रिया श्रवस्यङ्गं मम भवद्रुचिः
प्रिय सर्वस्यंग मम भवद्रुचिः
Nalini Mataji.
हरि बोल।
I will pass it on, sir. I cannot pronounce that correctly.
Okay. Someone, Venu Mataji, are you there?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Please.
Tatraanvaham Krishna Katha Pragayata
तत्रान्वहं
Manu Grahina Srinava Manora
अनुग्रणाचिन्वं मनोहरा
Taha Shraddhya Menu Pada Vishnavata
श्रद्धया मेनुवदं विष्णुवतः
Priya Shravasya Mama Bhadvachi
सर्वस्यांग मम भवद्रुचिः
Tatra.
तत्र
Thereupon.
thereupon
Anu.
anu
Every day.
Every day.
every day
Aham.
aham
I.
I
Krishna Katha.
Krishna Katha
Narration of Lord Krishna's activities.
narration of Lord Krishna's activities
Pragayatam.
pragayatam
Describing.
describing
Anugrahena.
anugranena
By causeless mercy.
by causeless mercy
Asrunavam.
asrunavam
Giving oral reception.
giving oral reception
Manaha haraha.
manahara
Attractive.
attractive
Ta.
ta
Those.
those
Shraddhaya.
Shraddha
Respectfully.
respectfully
May.
may
Unto me.
unto me
Anupadam.
anupadam
Every step.
every step
Visrunmata.
Vishnuvata
Hearing attentively.
hearing attentively
Priya Srabasi.
Priyaya Sarvati
Of the personality of Godhead.
of the personality of Godhead
Anga.
Anga
O Vyāsadeva.
O Vyāsadeva
Mama.
Mama
Mine.
mind
Abhavat.
Abhavat
So became.
it so became
Ruchihi.
Ruchi
Taste.
taste
Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki.
ki jai
Just that in that association and by the mercy of those great Vedāntists, I could hear them describe the attractive activities of Lord Krishna. And thus listening attentively, my taste for hearing of the personality of Godhead increased at every step. Purport. Lord Sri Krishna, the absolute personality of Godhead, is attractive not only in his personal features, but also in his transcendental activities. It is so because the absolute is absolute by his name, fame, form, pastimes, entourage, paraphernalia, etc. The Lord descends on this material world out of his causeless mercy and displays his various transcendental pastimes as a human being, so that human beings attracted towards him become able to go back to Godhead. Men are naturally apt to hear histories and narrations of various personalities performing mundane activities without knowing that by such association one simply wastes valuable time and also becomes addicted to the three qualities of mundane nature. Instead of wasting time, one can get spiritual success by turning his attention to the transcendental pastimes of the Lord. By hearing the narration of pastimes of the Lord, one contacts directly the personality of Godhead. And as explained before, by hearing about the personality of Godhead from within, all accumulated sins of mundane creature are cleared. Thus, being cleared of all sins, the hearer gradually becomes liberated from mundane association and becomes attracted to the features of the Lord. Narada Muni has just explained this by his personal experience. The whole idea is that simply by hearing about Lord's pastime, one can become one of the associates of Lord. Narada Muni has eternal life, unlimited knowledge, and unfathomed bliss, and he can travel all over the material and spiritual worlds without restriction. One can attain to the highest perfection of life simply by attentive hearing of transcendental pastimes of the Lord from the right sources, as Sri Narada heard them from the pure devotees, Bhakti Vedantas, in his previous life. This process of hearing and the association of devotees is especially recommended in this age of Poro, Kali. Nama Vishnu Padaya, Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale, Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Nitiramine, Namaste Saraswati Deve, Gaurbani Pracharane, Nirvishesha Sunyavadi, Pasyat Desatarane. Vancha Kalpatarvesha, Krupa Sindhu Vevacha, Patitanang Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah. Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Prabhu Nityananda, Sri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasri, Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So, dear devotees, thank you very much for joining our Bhagavatam class. I wanted to give you some good news that tomorrow onwards, some very senior Vaishnavas, realized Vaishnavas will speak. We will tell you the exact schedule. The people who would speak include Gopal Krishna Maharaj, Bhakti Purushottam Maharaj, Vaishnav Maharaj, Vasugos Prabhu, Pragos Prabhu, Gaur Narayan Maharaj. So you will have real hearing feast. We have eating feast, but we can have also hearing feast. So tomorrow onwards, we will start. We will let you know. Same, time is same. Only speakers would change from time to time. The entire 7 days, next 7 days, we will have very attractive, realized people who would share. And I wish that all of you sitting in your home will get the association of sadhus. Sadhu Sangha, Sarva Shastra Koy. Lava Matra Sadhu Sangha, Sarva Siddhi Hoy. Sadhu Sangha, by associating with saintly people, just like Naradji in his previous birth as the son of a maid servant, heard from Bhakti Vedāntists Krishna Katha. He served them, he pleased them, he took their remnants. He was so qualified that he could understand what they are speaking. You know, suppose I speak Krishna is God. It is not that many of us we understand when we say Krishna is God. We just heard Krishna is God, that's it. We don't understand the import of Krishna is God. Krishna is God means He is absolutely all-pervading as a person, not impersonally. When, just to, because this topic came, let me remember his name. His name is Habib. I was telling you that we had a great personality called Rishabhdeva. And Rishabhdeva was the son of, anybody who can say? Whose son is Rishabhdeva?
Nava.
Nabhi. Who said Nava? Nabhi. King Nabhi. Okay. So Nabhi. And whose son is Nabhi? Yes. Whose son is Nabhi? That nobody knows. Right? So the name is Agnitra. And Agnitra is the son of Priyavrata. Now I will ask the question. Whose son is Priyavrata?
Swayambhu Manu, sir.
Swayambhuva Manu. So you see, this Maharaj Bharat story that we are hearing, this story is almost 2 billion year story. It's the beginning of this day of Brahma. Beginning of this day of Brahma. You see? So in the beginning of the, before so Swayambhuva, then Swayambhuva, and then Priyavrata. You know, Swayambhuva has one son, Uttanapada. Uttanapada had son Uttama and Dhruva. You know the celebrated Dhruva. And after their rule is over, then there was not a qualified king. That time Priyavrata was actually studying in the ashram of Narada, Srila Narada. And Srila Narada told Priyavrata, just do devotional service. Don't look at your father. Though his father realized that his other son Priyavrata, who is practicing devotional service in the ashram of Narada, he should take over the kingdom. That is Swayambhuva Manu thought. And now you see, there is a conflict between Narada and Brahma. Narada said, no, I will not, don't go there. This material affairs are very contaminating. Don't go there. And then Swayambhuva Manu would approach Brahmaji. Teach your son, this Narada is your son. And he's so arrogant, he is not allowing my son to come back and take over the kingdom. So Brahmaji came and assured Priyavrata that you will never be derailed from devotional service. I assure you. It is Lord Krishna's desire that you become the next king. That is how Priyavrata. So Priyavrata is becoming, Priyavrata Uttanapada, same when a twin brother, and Priyavrata is elder to Uttanapada. Uttanapada died, then his sons, they died, and after that Priyavrata is becoming king.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Yes, what is your question? Somebody cut off. Okay.
Guruji,
So,
no question. I am saying Hare Krishna.
oh, Hare Krishna. Thank you. Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna. So, and Nabhi was the grandson of Priyavrata. Priyavrata, Agnitra, and his son is Nabhi. And Nabhi's son is Rishabh. And Rishabh had 100 sons, and eldest was Bharata, after whom this entire tract of land is known as Bharatavarsha. So before this land was known as Navavarsha. Navavarsha, it became Bharatavarsha. So it is not that this land is known as Bharatavarsha yesterday or 5,000 years ago or 10,000 years ago. No, it is almost 2 billion years ago. This land is known as Bharatavarsha. That is how powerful was Bharata. Now Rishabhdeva had 100 sons. 9 of them were Nava Yogendra. Can you imagine? Rishabhdeva, what a powerful incarnation of Krishna. Satyavasa Avatara. But he could have 9 sons who are Nava Yogendra. They are permanent associate of Krishna. They can go anywhere and everywhere according to their will. They can make anyone pure devotee of Krishna. Okay, let me read their name. Their names are Kabi, Habir, Antariksha, Prabudha, Pipalayana, Abirhotra, Drumila, Chamasa, and Karavajana. Nava Yogendra. They never grew beyond 16. Like Krishna never grows beyond 16, they were like that. And this Rishabhdeva was so powerful. Bharata became the king. Then 9 of his brothers, they assisted him, becoming the king of different provinces. And then, so 9 plus 1, 10. And 9 Navayogendra. So that is 90. And rest 81 became first class Brahmanas. Think of what a powerful personality Rishabhdeva. Now you see, Rishabhdeva, these Navayogendras, they can appear anywhere. Once King Nimi was performing sacrifice, and these 9 Navayogendras, like causeless mercy, they just appeared there. Okay? And I will today tell you the instructions, because yesterday I have told you that these Navayogendras were nicely treated and fed sumptuously, and then normally when we meet a sadhu, if you don't ask question, that means we are gokhara. We are like animals like cows and donkeys. Why? Because cows and donkeys, they would not ask you question. Their only question is, where is grass? Where is grass? Where is grass? They are not going to ask the question, who am I? What is truth? That kind of question they are not going to ask. That is for sure. So, Nimi asked question. Today I will tell you 2 topics. Very short, because a lot of things are there in the purport that to be discussed. So, Sadhu Sangha, Sarva Shastra Hai. From there, we have come to this topic, so I'll just finish this too. It's very interesting. The first question was answered by Kavi. And Kavi is telling what is Bhagavad Dharma. What is the import of Bhagavad Dharma? He says when Krishna directly speaks, that is Bhagavad Dharma. Either Krishna speaks or his pure devotees. No distinction. When they speak the way of life, that is Bhagavad Dharma. And because dharmastu sakyat bhagavat pranitam, since Krishna directly speaks, anybody who follows, they immediately get detached from everything material. And they attain spiritual goal. They develop spontaneous attraction for Krishna. They will have natural taste for Krishna's name. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare. So it is not that Bhagavad Dharma came, 500 years back when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu taught all of us. No. Bhagavad Dharma is there from the beginning of the creation. Okay? And Kavi is one of the expounders of Bhagavad Dharma. Of course, we have 12 Mahajanas who are all expounder of Bhagavad Dharma, like Narada, Prahlada, Sukadeva Goswami, Bhishma, Janaka, like that. Shiva, Brahma, Kapila, so Yamaraj, or Vidura. So like that, there are 12 Mahajana. Mahajana means, Mahajana is not that those who have a lot of wealth. No, Mahajana is he who is the authority and the science of Bhagavad Dharma. Mahajana is that person who is an authority and the science of Bhagavad Dharma. Bhagavad Dharma means Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavad Gita is Bhagavad Dharma. Srimad Bhagavatam is the highest embodiment of Bhagavad Dharma. And then, because while describing Bhagavad Dharma, Kavi says that serving devotees, serving Krishna through his devotees, we learn what is Bhagavad Dharma. And Bhagavad Dharma gets revealed to us. So obviously next question would be, what are the characteristics of these devotees? Right? So that's the next question. And Havi, after Kavi, Havi would give that answer. He said, explain to me the characteristic of devotees. And he gave a fantastic. Of course, we have heard the answers, but I will give the answer. So he says, the neophyte devotee, those who are kanistha, neophyte devotees are those who go to the temple, they offer obeisances to the deities, but neglect the pujaris. These pujaris. I remember when I was not a devotee, when we always went to Jagannath Puri temple with my father, I myself went, we had some notion these pandas are looters. We never realized that these pandas in Jagannath Puri, because of them, Lord is being worshipped, Lord is being taken care of. Every day, 56 different offerings are made to Lord Jagannath. And the pandas are engaged. Every day, Lord Jagannath is being done Sringara. The pandas are doing. Is that a Lord is, and Lord can of course, but in the temple, the pujari is doing it. But we go And we offer our respect to the deity and pujaris. They are disturbance creator. So this is neophyte devotee. These are neophyte devotee. That we do not glorify the servant of Krishna. We don't appreciate the servant of Krishna. When I was not a devotee, but I was an ascetic, and I was going to Jagannath temple in Hoskas every day. Evening I go to Jagannath temple, and there the pujari, because they are from Odisha, Jajpur, and we call them Nana. Nana. So when I go, so Nana would do some offering to the Jagannath, because he knows me very well, and he would recite 2 prayers. And later, and I had memorized those. One prayer first, Krishnaya Vāsadevaya Devaki Nandanaya cha Nandagopa Kumaraya Govindaya Namo 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 Pankajanavaya Namo Pankajamaline Namo Pankajanetraya Namaste Pankajangre. And he would recite every day these 2 verses. And somehow I had got attraction for this, and I had memorized. Later, when I came in contact with ISKCON and Bhagavatam, in Queen Kunti's prayer, this is there. So this is just the best moment of my life, very fun. I already know 2 verses from Queen Kunti's prayer. So, you see, this pujaris, without pujaris, can the Lord be there in the temple? No. So, we had developed, or I had developed, very personal relationship with this pujari. So, when my teacher came from America, giving up his opulent position, and as a professor in IIT Delhi, he had Jagannath Baldev Subhadra. So I took them to my favorite Jagannath temple. I said, please come there. So they also came. And then they also befriended the pujari. And they saw Jagannath Baldev Subhadra, the way they are dressed in our Odia temple, Hoskas Odia temple, is different than they are doing the Sringara. So then they requested, can you please come and dress our deity also in your Odia style? So this is the exchange between devotee. And Havir told the Madhyama Adhikari, 3rd class devotee, and then 2nd class devotee, Kanishta, Madhyama. So Madhyama devotee not only worships Krishna in the temple, and he worships, serves the Vaishnavas, makes friendship with those Vaishnavas who are equal in his realization, serves those Vaishnavas who are higher in realization, okay, and showers mercy on those who are ignorant and innocent. So this is the Madhyama Adhikaris, devotees who are above 3rd class, that is 2nd class. And then there is a 1st class devotee, Havir is saying. Who is 1st class devotee? 1st class devotee is seeing Krishna everywhere as a person. Sarvato panipadam, sarvato khisiro mukha, sarvato sruti malloke, sarvam avrutya tishta. So this is First class devotee. Stavara jangama dekhe, na dekhe tara murti. Sarvatra spure tare ishtadeva murti. So he sees, he doesn't see houses, he doesn't see bungalow, he doesn't see tree, he doesn't see anything. He sees only Krishna. Everything Krishnamaya. Jagat Krishnamaya. This is the statement when Krishna in Brahma Vimohan Lila, Brahmaji was bewildered. Brahmaji thought he has stolen all the calves and cowherd boys, the friends of Krishna. And after 1 year, Brahmaji, when he came back, he saw Krishna is wandering very happily with his friends and the calves. So he went to the place where he has put them in Yoganidra and saw the calves are in Yoganidra, the cowherd boys in Yoganidra. And what is happening? And still Krishna is with all his opulence. And then he realized he has made some big mistake. This is not a small Gwalwala. He is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So Brahma started crying. He was shivering because of the fear of severe offenses that he has done and its reaction. So as he approached Krishna, to remove the ignorance of Brahma, those cowherd boys and calves who are his direct manifestation, all became 400 Narayana. And Krishna is in the center and is being surrounded by thousands of Narayana with Shankha, Chakra, Gada, Padma, dazzling, garments, ornaments, necklace, Vaijayanti Mala and whatnot. So, and Brahma saw that, then he made this famous statement. The Jagat is Krishna. So, Jagat is Krishna, everywhere Krishna. For a devotee, Krishna is everywhere. Just like Prahlad Maharaj. When Hiranyakashipu said, "Where is your Lord?" Prahlad Maharaj says, "He's everywhere." Is he in this pillar? Yes. He's also in the pillar. And he pulled Prahlad Maharaj, dragged him towards the pillar, and with his dazzling sword, he tried to hit the pillar. And the tumultuous sound came, and this Hiranyakashipu, who was terrorizing everyone, got terrorized by that voice. He could not recognize from where this voice is coming. And then that form, he could never even believe that form. And so dear devotees, Krishna Katha must be heard with full attention, full love, full sincerity. Because if we want to hear superficially Krishna Katha, then our heart will not be cleansed. Srunotam sukatha Krishna, punya sravana kirtana. Hrudyantastha hi avadrani vidunoti suhrutsatam. If we hear Krishna Katha, punya sravana kirtana. First we hear, then we speak. Like Nalini Mataji, she is hearing. After hearing, she must go and speak to her friends, to her sons, daughters, whoever, near and dear ones. This is called Sravana and Kirtana. We hear and then we speak. Whatever we heard, we must speak. I don't know whether Sridevi Mataji is there. She was telling me, She hears here and then goes to her school where she is the principal, and she narrates that to her students. This is called Shravan Kirtana. Not only we should hear, after hearing, we should speak to others also. So by this Shravan and Kirtana, when we hear Krishna Katha, then what happens? Hrudyantastahi avadrani. All the that which is here, they'll be finished. Avadra means dirty thing. All dirty things will be completely vanquished. Okay? So this is how we should hear Krishna Katha. And what Naraji is saying to Vyāsadeva, please recite with full attention. Oh Vyāsadeva,
O Vyāsadeva,
in that association,
in that association,
and by the mercy of those great Vedāntists,
by the mercy of those great Vedāntists,
I could hear them describe the attractive activities of Lord Krishna.
the attractive activity of Lord Kṛṣṇa,
And thus, listening attentively,
listening attentively,
my taste for hearing
my taste for hearing
of the personality of Godhead
of personality of Godhead
increased at every step.
increase at every step.
So, dear devotees, try to understand what does it mean. It means that when we hear Krishna Katha from a person who is naturally a lover of Krishna, when you speak, you hear that Krishna Katha, then our taste for hearing more about Krishna will arise. More. And it says, my taste for hearing of Krishna increased at every step. Every step. Every day we chant, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Didn't you feel that early morning today, nowadays we are doing 1 hour chanting, and we don't feel that we have chanted 1 hour? Just sitting. When I conduct also 64 rounds chanting day, I sit in one place, I don't move. I just sit. I've seen those who come, they will go out, loiter and come back, but I will be sitting there. Because this chanting is so releasable, that you don't feel like getting up. You don't want to be disturbed. And I'm chanting since 1989. More than 30 years now. So normally, if they are ordinary name, can you chant this name, ordinary name? But we are chanting Krishna's name, and every day we are releasing it. Every day we are releasing it. And those who are pure devotees, not only they release through chanting, they feel the divine qualities of Krishna. They see Krishna's transcendental form. They are transported to divine abode of Krishna through that holy name. So this is why we have to be absolutely clear that if I have attraction for Krishna, I should not be worried for anything else. And if I have no attraction for Krishna, even if I have everything, I should be worried. Is that clear to all of you what I said? That means in your house there are thousands of problems. In your family there are thousands of problems. In your nation there are thousands of problems. But you have attraction for Krishna, then you should not worry at all. Whereas in your family there is no problem, everything is nice. In your near dear ones, everything is nice. In your nation there is no, everything is nice. Everything is nice. But you have no attraction for Krishna. That means you must be worried person. If you can internalize this, then you have made a giant leap in your Krishna consciousness. Okay? So let me quote some of the important lines from this purport, and then you can ask some questions, because already 9:85, so just give me a little, I'll take 2-3 minutes, not more. Instead of wasting time, one can get spiritual success by turning his attention to the transcendental pastimes of the Lord. Prabhupada before that said, we are normally interested to hear. In our time we had All India Radio. Okay, I remember I had a radio, and at 6 o'clock in the evening, I'll catch hold of my radio and turn on All India Radio Cuttack. This is what we used to do. And Navaratra has started. From Sashti, All India Radio Cuttack used to recite Devi Stuti. Me and my mother used to get up, take bath, and we used to hear. So people would somehow hear something. Okay? So whether song, drama, so many things we want to hear. But these are all waste of time, because they have no connection to Krishna. Whereas, if you utilize all your time in Krishna consciousness, even if you have no taste, you should be assured that best thing is happening to you. Even if I have no taste for Hare Krishna, I have no taste for hearing, but Sadhu is saying, I met a Sadhu, and this Sadhu is saying that I must hear, whether I understand, I have a taste or not, I just hear. Because Sadhu is saying. Just by that attitude, if I start hearing, then my life becomes perfect. And you may hear so many nonsense, including big actors, big actresses. We are destined to go to hell. So that was one point I wanted to discuss. And here it says, thus being cleared of all sins, the hearer gradually becomes liberated from mundane association and becomes attracted to the features of the Lord. So when you start hearing about Krishna, the scene, they get evaporated. It's a sublime process. Okay? If I make a habit of hearing. Make a habit for hearing. Make a habit for hearing. Then, unknown to me, my sins are getting evaporated. And that is why the hearer becomes liberated from mundane position or association. And I get naturally attracted to Krishna. Then Prabhupada is saying the whole idea is that simply by hearing about Lord's pastime, one can become one of the associates of Lord, and Narada Muni is the prime example. He didn't do anything. Naraji heard with faith. It is not that, suppose I say Krishna, doesn't mean I understand Krishna. Why? Because Krishna is infinite. Krishna is everything. From atom to cell to submolecular, subatomic level, everything is within Krishna. Krishna is bigger than the biggest, subtler than the subtlest, is smaller than the smallest. He is all pervasive. So, hearing Krishna doesn't mean like hearing two-syllable word. No. Hearing Krishna means it's a transcendental vibration. In the beginning, it will not make any sense to me. But by hearing all the time, Krishna, 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 Krishna. Like Dasara is coming, Lord Ram would vanquish Ravana. So you know Valmiki, who is the composer of Ramayana, he chanted Mara, 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 Mara. And after some time it became Rama, 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 Rama. And then a saintly person. He was so sinful, he could not chant Rama. So he was told to chant Mara, 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 Mara. And after some time, that he was so purified, because Mara, 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 that also Rama, Rama is happening. And then Mara, 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 Mara became Rama, 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 Rama. And he became a celebrated king, Adikavi. So, dear devotees, we should be always be conscious of our responsibility as a human. We are all suffering due to passion and ignorance. This pollution must be cleansed up. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Question. Arey bhaiya. Piyush is saying that I should tell him the story of Kalidas, but I think it is 8:15. But today is too late. But I will tell you the story of Kalidas surely. Not today. And tomorrow onwards we have. But I will find time to speak Kalidas story. Sure. Nalini Mata is saying, unless one is blessed, they cannot chant Lord's name. No, by associating with sadhu, if we appreciate a sadhu, you can chant. That is why sadhu's association is so nice. Lavamatra sadhu sangha, sarva shastra, sarva siddhi. And you, as you said, unless one is blessed, how one becomes blessed? By sadhu sangha. Human life means sadhu sangha. What we are doing now is sadhu sangha. Sadhu Sangha is necessary. And that is blessing. Next. Santosh. To make friendship with devotees, we need to identify them who are on equal realization. How to identify devotees same realization? With whom you started growing up with Krishna consciousness, normally they will be your peers, right? So, for example, you are saying, give practical, you, Piyush, Radhakant, all of you who are there. So I would suggest that you people are in the same category. Yeah, my point you are saying and asking, I think that all ISKCON devotees, we should make friendship wherever we get. The normal principle is that wherever we are doing service, and that friendship should develop through our service, serving together. Like all of you are staying in Gurukul campus, so all of you should be friends, for sure. That's practical. We should not make, oh, he is a gardener, he is a mali, or he is a laborer. No, we should be friends there. Because everybody is serving in one place, Krishna. So friendship, when we have a community, we must make friendship with the entire community. It is necessary. Nobody should feel neglected. Nobody should feel neglected. Neither Gwalas should feel neglected, nor the farmers should feel neglected. And so we should be embracing everyone. Because in a community living, everybody has the contribution. Everybody has the contribution, including cows, the plants, the ponds, everything. We are worshipping Yamuna, we are worshipping Giriraj, we are worshipping Vrindavan, we are worshipping a river, we are worshipping a hill, and we are worshipping also forest. Plus, there are coward boys, coward girls, Krishna, and Krishna was friend to everyone. Everyone. Is that satisfying to you, Santosh? Gaurav, please highlight what is serving devotees for current age. Is it chanting 16 rounds, following Prabhupada regulative principle? No. Chanting 16 rounds and following Prabhupada regulative principle, that is our sadhana. Friendship is serving together. Serving together. Like we want to take a Harinam party for a Harinam Kirtan. Harinam Kirtan cannot be done by one person. As many people, somebody will play kartal, somebody will play mridanga, somebody will carry flag, somebody will distribute pamphlets, somebody will distribute books, and some will sing together. This is called serving together. And that creates friendship. I remember when I was in Juhu Temple, we had a very nice devotee in BI, Bhakti Vedanta Institute. His name was Jiva Goswami. He was a disciple of Bhakti Swarup Damodar Maharaj. And he would organize every Saturday, Sunday, Sankirtan in Juhu Beach. He would organize every Ekadasi day, he will engage all the congregation devotees, Sankirtan throughout the night. Throughout the night. And he did it enthusiastically. In fact, I felt very, very sad when Kapila Prabhu called me and said, Jiva Goswami Prabhu left his body. I was very, very morose, extremely morose, because he was a devotee, very innocent looking, always smiling face, and he was really happy with his service. Whatever he is doing, he was really feeling happy. And I really missed it when I heard he left his body. So, yes, friendship means serving together. Like you see in our temple, in here also, every day in the morning, as I do Abhisekam, some group of devotees, they make garland. So making garlands together, that is called friendship. Cooking together, that is called making friendship. We have to offer to Krishna. And then food has to be distributed as prasadam. These are called making friendship. Growing paddy crop in our own land, milking the cows. Okay. Next. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, Manish. In Gita, Lord Kṛṣṇa said that there was no any time that we didn't exist. Could you please explain? Yeah, we are always existing. We are always existing. We are eternal. Mama eva angsa, mama eva angsa jiva loke, jiva bhuta, sanatana. Sanatana. I'm eternally existing. Eternally existing. Eternally existing. Okay? So, I'm eternally existing means I'm conditioned. I have a body. That means I have been getting one body after another body, one dress after another dress, among 8.4 million different species. So if I ask you, Manish, how many bodies you have taken birth? You have taken birth trillions of times. And how many species? All 8.4 million species you have taken. There is no doubt about it. No doubt. You have already become king, you also have become an insect. Just thinking about this. So when I see an insect, instead of feeling, oh, insect, I should think I was there. Once upon a time, I was in this dress. If I misuse this body, I'll be again destined to that body. अगर इस जन्म में मैं गलती गलती करूंगा तो एक दिन मुझे फिर उस कीड़े की शरीर को प्राप्त करना। ये सच है। कभी बाघ को शरीर को मैं प्राप्त किया, कभी जहरीली सांप के शरीर को प्राप्त किया हूं, कभी कीड़े के शरीर को, कभी राजा बन चुका हूं, कभी रानी बन चुका हूं। ये नहीं कि हर समय मैं मेल बॉडी, नहीं, कभी पुरुष कभी स्त्री, सब बन चुका हूं। मेरा फेमस क्वेश्चन होता है, लेट मी आस्क Manish, unmute yourself. एक वार्तालाप हो जाए।
Yes, Prabhuji.
कितनी बच्चे तुम्हारा है?
जी?
How many sons children you have?
Prabhuji, I'm unmarried.
यही तो है। You are caught. हैं?
Okay.
You are caught red-handed. You had already trillions of wives
Yes, Prabhuji.
and trillions of husbands and trillions of children. And still I am saying I am unmarried. This is called hypocrisy. हैं? और मेरा ये फेवरेट क्वेश्चन है, मैं कभी भी कहीं मुझे बुला लेता है, प्रभु जी आके हमारा संघ में आके क्लास दे दो, तो बैठ जाते हैं, मैं पहले पूछ लेता हूँ। Because by asking that, I try to bring them to reality. Everybody says, oh, I have to get married. What nonsense marriage? Marriage कितना बार कर चुके हो? You have already married so many times. What is this marriage? हैं? रियलिटी को समझो, सत्य को स्वीकार करो, then there will be illumination within the heart. Krishna will directly speak. हम तो सुनते हैं, we have got bodies in 8.4 million species, but I never believed that once upon a time there was a kida, a worm, an insect. ये नहीं था।
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
I had a friend, D.S. Khatri. He did PhD with me in mechanical engineering under Professor Babu. And so before I became Krishna conscious, we were good friends because we were the member of the same yoga mass. And early morning we will go together and practice yogasana. So when I became a devotee, this fellow didn't become a devotee. I invited him so many times. He will always give some kind of excuse. मैं बोला आज सर का घर चलते हैं, बोला नहीं आज मेरा सुपरवाइजर कुछ टास्क दिया है, and some excuse he would give. One day he said I will come tomorrow, and when he gave another excuse, I was so furious. I said you are condemned to become a pig. बहुत गुस्सा होकर मैं बोला तब तू सुअर बनेगा, और वो मुझे पकड़ लिया, रोया, बोला कम से कम मुझे मयूर बोल देता, तो सुअर क्यों बना दिया मुझे? एटलीस्ट पिकॉक, I would have been happy. Okay, मैं पिकॉक बनूंगा, I'll become. No, I said you are destined to become only a hog. So, dear devotees, unfortunately, although we hear, we never believe what we hear. That is the level of sin persona we are. We hear, but we don't believe. Next.
Hello, Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Prabhuji, can I ask a question? Prabhuji, I heard that there are 4 lakh type of human body. So what type of body there? 4 lakh type of human body.
4 lakh human body, right?
Yes, Prabhuji. So I couldn't understand it. So what is that? Means 4 lakh type means
400,000
yes.
different human body.
So means Prabhuji,
That means
consciousness
every planet there are humans.
Yes,
Okay?
Prabhuji.
In this very planet also, Chinese race are different, Japanese race are different, Indian race is different.
Yes,
Okay?
Yes, Prabhuji.
And there are aborigines, they are also different. Okay?
Yes, Prabhuji.
And similarly, other planets, like we have elephant here, and in Trikut mountain in Shetadip. There are also eagles are here. Eagles are also there in a higher planetary system, which can eat an elephant. So there are varieties, Baba. Varieties. Okay?
Yes, Prabhuji. Thank you.
Chiranjit, can you again tell the generation line of Lord Rishabhdeva? What is Arya Samaj? Sir, why Parvati's son Ganesh don't grow old? Okay. So here so many questions put together. I don't know. Chiranjit. So his first question, Rishabhdeva. You say first is Brahma, swayambhu manu, priyavara, and then I think agnitra, and then Nabhi. And Nabhi's son is Rishabh. And Rishabh had 100 sons, eldest being Bharat, and 9 were Nava Yogendras, 81 were Brahmanas, and rest 9 were Kshatriyas, who supported his elder brother in ruling the entire planet. And your question why Parvati's son Ganesh doesn't grow? No, in heavenly planet, nobody grows old. There is no old age. In heavenly planet, there is no old age. In heavenly planet, there is no disease also. But there is death. So when you do some pious activity and you are transported to heavenly planet, so you have some pious account. So you go there in heavenly planet, there is everyone very young, very beautiful. So you find your own partner and you enjoy. You can enjoy enough sex, enough wine, everything you can enjoy. If you go to Chandra Loka, then you will enjoy Somarasa. And this wine is not the wine here. The wine in this planet will destroy you. But there the wine will keep you always young. Like Somarasa. It will keep you young all the time. And but as you are enjoying, you are not aware because you don't grow old here. I have got the notice that I have become old. But there is no notice. So you are in the embrace of your lover, but your account has become 0. That means you will immediately fall down on the heavenly planet. Immediately you will fall down. That means you give up the gross body, heavenly body, and immediately, as you are coming, you see your partner who was enjoying with you. When he saw you are dead, she has accepted another partner in front of you. And then you come, you mix with the rain, and with rain you come down, you become grain. From grain you go to the semen of a man, and from there, again you have to take a birth. This is the cycle. So what is the utility of this so-called, anybody, it is not Ganesh only, anybody in the heavenly planet, they don't grow old. They don't have disease. Next. Yes. Prabhuji, you have been hearing for many decades. How does the experience of hearing changes from and early to advanced stage? That's a good question. You ask more questions. You ask, you know, in the beginning, Krishna is God. But now, when I say Krishna means, what is meaning of Krishna being God? If I understand what that must do to me. Okay. If I understand Krishna is God, means I cannot do anything mundane. So it's different. Earlier time, I heard, Krishna is God, because my teacher, he is PhD from, Georgia Tech, and he is, IITK from IIT Delhi. So he is a very learned person. Whatever he is speaking must be truth. And that's how I said Krishna is God. But I had no understanding what is Krishna is God. And it has taken time to understand what does it mean Krishna is God. And as you hear more and more, even if you have more difficulty, you are humiliated, you have bad time, everything happens in your life, but in all that, Krishna remains very, very attractive. You always take shelter of Krishna. Next. What exactly is superficial hearing, I have already told you. I understand that when our activities are purified, our hearing gets better. Please enlighten us how to enhance our quality of hearing. Yes, do nice seva, develop good friendship among fellow devotees, remain always humble and tolerate humiliation, difficulties, all those things. And slowly, the spiritual quality would manifest. Guruji, why we consider Krishna as ultimate truth, not Sri Rama? Oh, there is no difference between Rama and Krishna. No. When I say Sri Krishna is the ultimate truth, means Sri Rama also. Anybody who makes a distinction between Rama and Krishna is a pakhandi, is an atheist. I'm sitting in front of Lord Nrsimhadev. I'm also sitting in front of Radha Ramanji. I don't make any distinction between them. They are same Krishna. Next. Sunil Datta. Wow. Datta from IIT Delhi. How is it possible to chant and hear if there is no interest? One moment will become intolerable. Yeah. That is why you need a teacher whom you can follow. You must accept a teacher. Don't accept a teacher, these questions will always hurt you. Sir, what is the difference between Nava Yogendra and who lives in Vaikuntha? Literally no difference. But Nava Yogendras have got some seva within this material world. Hare Krishna. Sir, many devotees described in our scriptures have wished to become a dust particle on lotus feet of Lord. What is so special becoming a dust particle on the lotus feet of the Lord? Because all my spiritual masters have taken shelter of the lotus feet of Krishna. So everybody is residing, but you must know. Angan yasya sakalendriya vrittimante pashyanti panti kalayanti chiram jaganti ananda chinmaya sadujvala vigrahasya tovinnamadi purusham tamaham bhajami. So lotus feet of Krishna also does the same function as that of other part of Krishna. Why lotus feet? Because devotees are very humble. They don't feel that, oh, they are so great that they should reside in the lotus face of Krishna. Can you ever think? I'll go and sit at the face of Krishna. Huh? Huh? You can't, or I'll sit on the head of Krishna. Huh? Of course, there are Krishna's friends who jump on the shoulder of Krishna. That is very special. But normally, the mood of devotees to be always at the lotus feet of Krishna. And everybody is there. All great souls there at the lotus feet of Krishna. Amit Pal. It is said in the purport that by wasting valuable time in material engagement, one becomes addicted to the three qualities of mundane nature. What are these qualities? Mode of goodness, mode of passion, mode of ignorance. Sattva, Raja, and Tama. In Narada Muni pastime we are currently reading, is that pastime happened in the second day of Brahma or current day of Brahma? Are, kya keh rahe ho? I am telling this is one specific day of Brahma. In the previous day, Brahma is 50-year-old. I don't understand what you are saying, second day or third day or first day. Brahma has already passed so many days, 50 into 365, approximately. Now, this day of Brahma, which is 2 billion years now, earthly years, and the previous day of Brahma. Okay. So, in the previous day of Brahma, Narada Muni was born. Was a maid servant's son. And Jagdeep and Binu Mataji, my nephew has joined the class with us. He's 21-year-old. He has some question. And he's hearing this for the first time. He wants answer of his question from you. What is his question?
Prabhuji, he'll be speaking to you right now.
ठीक है.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. What is your name?
Garvit Ghai.
Eh?
Garvit.
Garbit.
Hanji.
Okay. बोलिए.
Prabhuji, my question is that what is the difference between religion and dharma? As we all have heard many times.
Religion, that is a good question. Religion is a faith, whereas dharma is not a faith. Prabhupada used to explain, in this glass there is water. You cannot separate liquidity from the water. So liquidity is the dharma of water. Similarly, as spirit soul, my dharma naturally is my attraction, my relationship with Krishna. That is my dharma. Whereas religion is a faith. You may have one faith, I may have another faith. One may say I am Hindu, one may say I am a Christian, another may say I am a Nastic, Astic, whatever. So this is faith.
And Prabhuji,
But dharma
are there different types of dharma?
No. How can be there a different kind of dharma? There is dharma can be only one. That is Bhagavad dharma.
For example, we have heard many times about Putra dharma, Guru dharma, Shishya dharma, etc.
That is secondary dharma. That is not primary dharma. That is correct. Like for example, if you are an intellectual, so then your dharma is to teach others. If you have administrative qualities, then your dharma is to protect others. That should be natural. Not like in India, what is happening. You give some bribe and become a policeman. So because you have given bribe to the politician, so you will take bribe from normal people, such that you can compensate what bribe you gave, such that, and where is protection there? So he is an administrator who naturally has Aishwarya or opulence, resources, and he can give protection to others. That is the Kshatriya Dharma. That is natural. It should not be motivated. A Kshatriya feels very happy to protect someone, and Kshatriya commits suicide when he fails to give protection to someone. It's very natural. This was our Varnashrama system earlier. And in our society, it was followed very strong. But now we have lost. So in Kali Yuga, the only dharma that would work is Bhagavad Dharma. All of dharma is superficial.
And Prabhuji, at the time of Mahabharata, when Sri Krishna spoke Bhagavad Gita, so the Yudh, the war of Mahabharata that happened for the re-establishment of dharma. So to what dharma Lord Krishna was
That is what happened now. In the beginning of battlefield, what happened? What Krishna did?
He spoke Bhagavad Gita.
Exactly. So Krishna established Bhagavad Dharma and then annihilated all demons who didn't want to follow him. They were all vanquished. Only Pandavas survived and they propagated the message of Bhagavad Gita. Okay?
And Kauravas and Pandavas, they both were the followers of Sanatana Dharma.
No, Kauravas were not. That's why they were annihilated. Pandavas followed. And they preserved Bhagavad Gita. And that is why in this land, everybody has respect for Bhagavad Gita. And that glory goes to the Pandavas.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Okay, I think we are already 8:45. I saw so many questions. I'm really enlivened and enlightened by hearing all your questions. I would like to answer many questions, but many would also curse me if I go beyond time. So we stop here. Those questions which are not answered, we can keep it and we will answer in the next session. But as I told you, tomorrow onwards, we'll have special speakers. So please invite your near and dear ones and tell them, please come and hear Bhagavatam at 7 o'clock instead of going to your TV. Okay? Thank you so much. Hare Krishna. Pancha kalpatarvyasya kripa sindhuvyavacha patitanang pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo